My friend had been letting herself into my apartment to take photos of my cats and abuse them, so I reported her to the police and now she's in a psychiatric facility. I live in an apartment with 3 cats. My cats have their litter robot and cat wheel in the living room and a cat tree in my bedroom. In mid-November, Christine asked to crash on my couch as she was between leases and said she had nowhere else to go. She made no mention of other hardships or issues. She knew I have 3 cats and usually work 70 hours a week. During Christine's visit, she caused the cats to get sick by giving them milk and cream. I asked her not to feed the cats anything. The next day, Christine threw out almost $70 worth of cat toys, tried to throw out the cat wheel because it didn't match the aesthetic of my living room, gave the cats milk, which led to diarrhea, and then refused cat access to the litter robot, locking them in my bedroom. After 4 days, I had enough and demanded that she return the key and leave immediately. After she left, I also discovered that she had ruined the cat tree. A week ago, Christine began taking photos of my cats on her social media, insinuating that they were hers. She mentioned that she had stayed with me and that I had kicked her out when she was in intense pain due to a miscarriage, so she had to move in with her parents, who lived nearby. However, the one good thing is that apparently, my cats inspired her to get her own, which looks exactly like mine, and if my cats were named Apple, Pencil, and Daisy, then hers are named Banana, Eraser, and Rose. I commented that these are my cats and that I had only let her stay because she lied that she had nowhere else to go, as I'm high risk and we're in the middle of a pandemic, and otherwise, I wouldn't have let her stay at my apartment. I also said that she had gotten herself kicked out by abusing my cats, and then started listing expenses and damage costs and asked when she could reimburse me for the damages that had occurred. She responded that the photos were of her cats, she couldn't afford to pay me back, that she was a responsible pet owner because she did a week of research, and I responded by linking my cat's Instagram and saying that a responsible pet owner is anyone but her. The next day, I got several threatening messages from her family about not believing Christine about the miscarriage or cats. I responded that I was unaware of the miscarriage at the time and was only looking out for my cats. I also mentioned that I doubted the miscarriage had happened, as she had lifted and carried the heavy wheel and base down 2 flights of stairs. On top of that, she had gone out all day and been drinking coffee. The messages say that I better make sure my cats are safe. I'm a terrible pet owner in person for not helping Christine and that I don't have any friends because I'm a crazy cat lady. Update 4 months later, a day or so, Christine and her boyfriend tried to break in with a crowbar and a hammer. Yikes. Fortunately, I had taken the night off of work when my neighbor texted asking if I knew that people were outside my window. I had no idea. Police were called, and Christine told them that she had left her jacket in my apartment and was just trying to get it back. When I said there was no jacket here, she changed her story to me abusing the cats, but I feel that it's abundantly clear that my cats do not get abused. Both of them, Christine and the boyfriend, were arrested, and I haven't seen Christine since. I was looking through some screenshots of Christine's social media, and to my horror, I realized that some of the photos were taken after she moved out and that I wasn't the one who had taken them. The cats had collars I had gotten for the holiday season, my Christmas tree that went up 12/6 was visible in some of the photos, and so on. The next thing I did was go through the footage recorded on my pet cams when I was at work, and wasn't surprised to find out that Christine had been letting herself into my apartment to take photos of my cats and eat my food. I submitted this to the police as a follow-up to the police report I had made. Since then, my mental health has been on a rough ride. I did get the locks changed after the attempted break-in situation, but realizing that Christine had been in my apartment multiple times without my knowing threw me off. Christine never showed up at work again, and there was a bit of gossip that she had ended up in an in-person psychiatric care facility. I didn't know if she could still access the schedule, so my paranoia got pretty bad. I was also uncomfortable working with Christine's friends as my coworkers, so I gave my 2-week notice in mid-January. I also decided I wanted to move, but finding a place that accepts 3 cats is difficult. Recently, Christine messaged me asking if we could talk. I was hesitant, but eventually, I called her, and she apologized for scaring me and asked if we could still be friends. I said I didn't know because I no longer trusted her, and she accepted that. We haven't talked since. I still have no clue what prompted the crazy, but I don't want to know or have her around because, in true crazy cat lady fashion, I only need my cats, lol.